go on ahead and go into the running back room. And this is certainly off topic, but like I was thinking about like future down in this show where we go through tight ends. I'm not sure who the hell has a good tight end room in this division. But anyway, let's go back to running backs. Let's go back to running backs here.
Tight end.
For me, it's interesting.
Can I say something real quick? Because something came out today which was interesting within the AFC East in the running back position.
Okay.
And that is Teron Armstead apparently is now in the media. Mm-hmm. Right? He retired. He's on Good Morning Football. And he went on Good Morning Football today. And listen to what he said about who he thinks is going to be the number one running back.
Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. I think it's a response year from Breece Hall. We saw the explosion early in his career, and he was derailed by injury. I think it's this year. He takes off, and he shows form. He's a top 5 running back in the league. I think with Justin Fields over there as well, we get more of the dynamic of that added element. You have to worry about the quarterback, so a lot of RPOs. As we see with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and those guys, it's a lot of discipline.
So I just find it interesting, that the former Miami Dolphin is the one to say this, that he has Breece Hall and Braylon Allen as the potential best running back tandem.
That's not what he said.
In the NFL.
Speculation.
It's 1-2 punch. He's predicting that it will break
what
out.
he thinks they're going to be. And I'm
the prompt. TD. The prompt of this was who's going to be the best 1-2 punch in the running back position.
Okay, that's who he believes it's going to be. But how convenient when it's time to list who the best running backs are. Not who we think they're going to be.
I'm just saying. The only reason why I brought that up is because it was a Miami Dolphin that said it last. Like Teron Armstead said it.
He also said who was the next Drew Brees, and
I hear him say his own boys.
Miller.
I'm saying it was a Dolphin that said it. That's AFC East, some analysis.
Yeah. See, he's getting in your brain, Dan and Kobe, to try to get you.
No, I'm just saying it came out today. I thought it was good context.
Running back in the AFC.
I thought it was good context.
We know who it is. Let's go.
Well,
he knows
folks,
who's
coming. So here's my thing. It's very difficult and to look at running backs because so much of their success, or at least a lot of their success, has to do with how good of a run blocking scheme that your team offers. Some running backs are still able to succeed off to the outside, speed guys, also guys that can contribute in the passing game. So it's difficult for me here. I love what the Buffalo Bills did in the run game last year, but I will probably account 60% of the success to our run game based off of our run blocking scheme. So if I am going based off of skill as far as like who I think are actually quality, like really, really good running backs that I think that would be wonders behind a Buffalo Bills offensive line, number one for me is going to be the New York Jets with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. I just think that they are very talented.
Are we picking
I think
a room
that
now?
they are. And dude,
yeah, this is a room.
Don't
For
worry.
running backs is a room for sure.
It's running backs is a room. So
it's
so
a
we're
tandem.
going
You play
room
one
right
quarterback
here.
on the field, but in running back position, use all of them.
Yeah. We are going with running back room here, right? And listen, I know that you're a big Achane guy, and I certainly appreciate that. I am also an Achane guy. I think that he is very talented. But following that, I would probably have to go with the Buffalo Bills with James Cook and then Ray Davis, who I have a lot of, I'd say optimism, plus Ty Johnson, who's RB3, who's an absolute dog.
Sleeper.
Followed by the Dolphins, I have Achane. I think Wright is unproven. I have Alexander Mattinson. I had no idea that he was even still in the league. And then Ollie Gordon the second.
Ollie Gordon, that's right.
Who's a rookie, and it's very
Allen.
difficult. And again, like we said, we established these ground rules, and we said that we can't go based off of what we think is going to happen, just based off of talent. And then last but not least is going to have to go with the New England Patriots with Rhamondre Stevenson. Colby, I'm not even particularly sure who your RB2 is. I know that y'all struggled with the offensive line. Again, I'm going to have to keep the Patriots there because there's so many different question marks. I like Henderson.
Yeah,
I
Henderson
do a lot.
is the outlier. If he balls, which is
We
possible.
Will, he very well could. He very well could rise up these boards for me, but that's where I have. Jets with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, solid duo, absolutely insane.
Don't sleep
Followed
on
by the
Isaiah.
Bills in James Cook, Ray Davis, followed by Ty Johnson, absolutely nuts. Then the Dolphins with Devin Achane and a bunch of unproven / washed up guys, and then the New England Patriots. That's
And
me.
Dan, and I'll say this real quick. The context that you added in terms of the running scheme is very important, and that is a big reason for your list, and I respect it.
Thank you, sir. TD.
Proves that you know ball and watch film. Go on.
Thank you, sir. TD.
Who's
You're
your number
muted.
one there?
Who's
No,
the
I'm not.
Jets?
It was the Jets. Okay. Number one is the Miami Dolphins. Okay. Achane is the best running back in the division right now. Let's just call it what it is. And I'm glad Dan brought up run scheme as well. Dolphins led by zone blocking. They were one of the worst in the league last year. And we know what time it is with Achane, and we got that back going into this year. But he is the best running back in the division. He's the most talented right now. Yes, he is. Richie, yes, he is. Jalen
not.
Wright.
I'd argue
Jalen
James Cook is
Wright.
better.
James, stop. Okay, stop. James
Stop
Cook is
what?
not better than Achane. Okay,
I think
start
James
your
Cook is
franchise
better.
right now. You gonna take Cook?
Yeah.
Dan, are you taking Cook or Achane? You starting right now?
How old is Achane?
Young.
So is Cook.
I'd probably still side with Cook because with Achane has had an injury history.
Okay,
I mean, he's had
we
an
gonna
injury
go with
history,
the-
man.
Okay, if he
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
have
gonna
any
pass.
injury, just from his play, who you taking?
Oh yeah, I'd take Achane, but that's not the
Yeah,
reality.
discussion.
He's hurt
Yeah,
all the time.
discussion.
Wait, but why
No,
would
no,
you
no,
take
no.
Achane? What has Achane done in his career to warrant that he's better than James Cook?
so-
James Cook had the better statistics
so-
across the board two
Only
years
because
straight.
Achane got hurt. That's it.
So-
Achane was on a record.
That's still
year.
projecting, though. You're
I
still
don't care about
projecting
that.
if he
That's
was
projection.
healthy,
I
he
care
would've
about
been
what have you done on the
No,
football
no, no.
field.
Yeah.
James
Listen,
Cook is objectively the better running back. Period.
Yeah.
No, he's
so
not. No, he's
so
not.
here's the deal.
16
It's hard.
touchdowns.
All
yeah.
right. It's
16.
very hard for me. It's very hard for me to like pinpoint how good Achane truly is because Miami's offensive line is so bad
garbage.
that the majority of his production is passes behind the line of scrimmage, and that's not a knock at Tua. That's because that's the only way that they can mimic any sort of ground attack from that offense. Short
And
little
wait a second.
passes, running back screens behind the line of scrimmage. I haven't really seen what Achane can do behind a somewhat competent offensive line. Can he find the gaps?
And also, Dan,
like, what would
where's
he
this
look
narrative
like
coming
with it?
from that he's hurt all the time? He played all his games as a rookie, couldn't even touch 1,000 yards. 17 games played, did not touch 1,000 yards. Last year, missed 6 games. He missed 6 games last year.
No.
Why are we making it seem like he's hurt all the time?
No,
Yeah.
Richie, you got to put the context. His rookie season, which he had 800 yards, he was the backup back to Mostert, who went off that year. I think he
Yeah, he
had like
wasn't good enough.
1,500 yards.
Wasn't good enough.
And Achane put in 8 touchdowns,
So-
if I'm not mistaken. Last
so-
year, Achane was more of a pass threat and still rushed for 907
So-
yards. His passing, they
James
actually
Cook,
threw
man.
them in. Oh, James Cook ain't
Yeah.
better. Stop.
So with TD, so here's why your list doesn't make sense because we're looking at rooms. And whether or not that you believe Achane is better than Cook and Breece Hall, I think that we can all agree that it's not a significant difference or a significant gap. It's very close. So you're beginning to tell us that you think that Jalen Wright is better than both Ray Davis and Braylon Allen.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, you're not. All right, yeah.
All right, now
You're
we
not.
can throw this out.
I can't do it.
We
Like
tried to
that's
keep
why I can't
bias
allow
out.
it.
All right, what are we even doing here?
Listen. Achane's
That's
that much
pure
better than-
delusion. That's
You're
pure
right. You're
delusion.
right. You're right.
What was the
You
rest of
are
your
right.
list,
He
TD?
is not. Okay, you're right. I was trolling there. He isn't better than those guys, but Achane is so much more superior than those other guys. That's why I put our room. What y'all don't realize about Achane, last year the man had 907 rushing yards, and he had literally 78 receptions for 600 yards. That's because they needed to use him as a pass threat more because the O-line was so bad. They really use him to actually catch the football. Like, what running back out here putting up the 600 receiving yards and the 80 catches? Can you tell me the running back doing it?
Breece Hall 2 years ago was second in the NFL in all-purpose yards.
You said Breece Hall last year was going to
I'm
be
kind of
that
curious to
catching
see
the
how
ball
many
out
of
the
those rushing
backfield.
yards came from a pitch.
He was.
or came from attacking the D gap?
Nah, it was right on the interior, Dan, because for some reason it was used to be our strength, but we couldn't run the ball outside.
Okay.
Anyway, all I'm
right.
saying is go look at it. The man literally was our pass threat last year and still put up over 900 rushing yards. So
Breece Hall had 76 receptions in a season, by the way.
In a season, and still not more than Achane. In a season.
You're making it seem like
And
Achane's the
you're
only one that
talking
can do
about
that.
a team where you had the Jets. He had to be a threat. We got Tyreek and Waddle when he's putting them numbers up. Come on,
Garrett
man.
Wilson.
And John who had a Pro Bowl season.
All right. Well, so an effort and to make sure that we get this show done in an hour and 15 minutes, please finish your list, TD. Thank you.
Dolphins, Jets. I gotta go Patriots, Bills. I mean, Patriots still got Rhamondre, don't they?
You think Rhamondre is better than James Cook?
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. You know
Cook is
I'm not even gonna bite.
Josh Allen.
I'm not even gonna bite.
Cook was.
I'm not even gonna bite. Richie, talk to me. List. Richie, talk to me. List, please. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bite on that one.
Oh man, I'm really excited to finally see the full potential be unleashed with the Jets running back duo. I really think when you add in the proper scheme and offensive line, we're finally going to see the Breece Hall versus Braylon Allen duo fulfill the potential we thought they were last year, but they just was a mess from a schematic standpoint, and don't even want to get into that. So I'm going to agree with Dan with his list, honestly. Jets number 1. I think that Bills are number 2 because I do believe in James Cook is better. And I also think Ray Davis and Ty Johnson is such a slept-on player for the Buffalo Bills that just makes plays when you just don't expect him to. I mean, that catch he had in the end zone, he was a former Jet, so Jets fans are very familiar with Ty Johnson. I think the Bills' running back room is deeper. The Miami Dolphins, they have Achane. Mostert's not there anymore. Alexander Madison's still in the league, apparently. Jalen Wright's unproven. Ollie Gordon, I mean, he's just a big, powerful
dude.
guy. Yeah,
he's a
wannabe
big dude.
Braylon Allen.
Eric Henry size.
Yeah, like when it comes to a room, the Bills have the better running back in James Cook, and they're deeper. Ray Davis is better than anybody else on the Miami Dolphins running back room besides Devon Achane. And Tyler Johnson is better than anybody else, too. So they're the deeper room.
In fact, you know what? Like, I would even argue that Ty Johnson, our RB3, would automatically be RB2 for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, he would. And I also wanted to come back to the Jets at number 1. Don't sleep on Isaiah Davis. You guys don't know him yet. He's our running back 3. He's going to be a screen machine, and he showed a lot of upside. He had a touchdown last year against the Dolphins. Don't sleep on Isaiah Davis as a running back 3. Don't know him now. You will know him this season. And then I got the Dolphins number 3 and the Patriots number 4. And the Patriots at number 4, I do think they do have upside with the rookie that they brought in. If he can really... And Antonio Gibson's no scrub either. Like, he's a veteran that you can trust. Stevenson's no bum. I think this running back position is in good hands in this division from an overall perspective. So I agree with Dan's list.
Here's what I don't understand, this whole Braylon Allen crap. The man was a rookie last year, only rushed for 334 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaged 3.6 per carry, and we're making it seem like he's that solidified number 2. Jalen Wright is a better running back than Braylon Allen. Like, for us to, and maybe he not, but for us to try to put him over him, that doesn't make sense. And Achane is better than Breece Hall. So this whole notion that the Jets running back room is above, no, stop it. Y'all got hyped off for Braylon Allen in 1 or 2 games where he made some big plays.
Even Teron Armstead knows.
Man, stop.
You're wrong.
Yeah, well, he wrong.
Damn. Colby, what do you got, man? Running backs. Talk to us.
Well, I'm gonna do what we were supposed to. I'm gonna really base this off of what I know, what I've seen, with very slight projection into the future. Because I'm hearing a lot of they have the potential to do this. I think they're gonna do this. Not what have they actually done. Number 1, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. You got the best running back in the division right now. Okay, I like Breece. I think Breece has the potential, but James Cook is undoubtedly the best running back in the division right now. Will he be here in the future? I don't know. So the Bills are 1 right now, but they could very well go down to 4 if James Cook ain't here in 2026. But we'll cross that bridge when it ultimately comes. But 2 back-to-back seasons of 1,000 yards. And I just really, really like this running back core that the Bills have because I think it's underrated. To me personally, I like having a running back core that is dynamic, that can do multiple different things. And I think that we saw, especially in the postseason for the Buffalo Bills, more specifically against the Broncos, that you have guys outside of James Cook that can make plays not just on the ground, but also in the receiving game. Ray Davis, 4.2 yards per carry. You also had Ty Johnson go for 4.8 yards per carry. Like, I think they have a deeper running back core than people give them credit for, not just on the ground, but also through the air. So it's obviously led by James Cook, but I'm definitely going with the Buffalo Bills, number one. Number two, I'm definitely going with the New York Jets. And Richie, I don't know if I told you this on the show, or if I told you this off air. Maybe I didn't even tell you at all. But I actually think that Braylon Allen, I don't know why. Have you ever just felt something? You don't know why, but you just feel it. I have this feeling that Braylon Allen is actually going to be your running back one. I mean, we're having conversations on, could Breece Hall potentially be traded? He's a potential, trade deadline candidate. I think that Braylon Allen, he was better for you last year, and I really feel like he's going to break out, and he's going to be a dog for you this year. He's going to be the better guy when it's all said and done. But I do like both of those guys. I do like the 1-2 punch that they have. You have Breece Hall, who's more of that fast, elusive guy with the receiving upside. Then you have Braylon Allen, who's going to put his shoulders down and just run through a guy. So I definitely like that core. I think it has potential to be better, but Breece Hall definitely was disappointing this past season. He took a step back, and I have to put that into play right now, again, based off of what we know. Number three, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. Look, I just think that this running back core fits your scheme. I don't think that if these running backs are in different schemes per se, that they're going to be as dynamic. I like Achane, but Achane just goes fast. Like, Achane to me is not this dynamic running back. It's just you had a good O-line that could get him into space. He's a track star. He's just faster than the other defenders. That's pretty much it. That's all it is for me. You got Jalen Wright. And I like him. He showed potential. But that's the best analysis I've heard yet from Colby. The score it just doesn't scare me. Then you look at the Patriots, and I think by the end of 2025, the Patriots are going to drastically shoot up these rankings. But right now, based off of what we know, I have to give them last, and I don't like it, but I have to. Rhamondre Stevenson led running backs in fumbles. I think that's in large part because of the bad offensive line play. Now, Antonio Gibson was actually really, really good over the last 2 seasons. He's been top 5 amongst running backs in forced missed tackles and yards after contact. Last year's coaching staff didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to utilize these running backs. They didn't know how to scheme them up. Josh McDaniels knows how to do so. He loves the running game. It's going to be a run-first dynamic offense for the Patriots this season. Take that pressure off of Drake May. Don't sleep on Rhamondre Stevenson. As long as he can take care of the football, he had 1,400 all-purpose yards just back in 2022. His rookie year in 2021 with Josh McDaniels before he left for Vegas was one of his best years. You have Travion Henderson, who is a very dynamic running back, right? He had first-round projection. Patriots get him in the second. He was the best pass-blocking running back in this entire class, has receiving upside. He's watching James White film to try to be a better receiving back, and I think he's going to be a really good change of pace back also. So I think this team has something special with their running backs, but the questions are going to be on the offensive line. And again, based off of what we saw last year, you have to give the Patriots last for now.
Damn. I'll tell you what, I have a feeling that's going to be our most popular. So I have a feeling that that's going to be our most popular clip that we upload. Like, that's going to be a very popular clip. And Richie, I can only envision the thumbnail that we're going to put on that clip for the running back debate in the AFC East. I think it's going to look great, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
How is Breece Hall better than me?
Hey, well, you know what, man? Listen, we can have a whole other episode unpacking that ad nauseum. Because you know what? It's time to talk about wide receivers in the AFC East.
So this one,
tell you what.
This one, are we doing rooms or players?
Rooms.
Okay.
Rooms.
Yeah, you better.
We're doing rooms
and it
here.
still don't matter. Still number one.
Okay. All right.
Because wide receivers, you can argue you can do like a top 6 players.
No. We're doing rooms in general.
Okay.
So for me,